Merry Christmas Eve, guys. This is Tori Bordeaux. Um, I was, I don't know how I stumbled across this, but one of the things that I was doing today was watching a old Tommy Sotomayor video on Korryn Gaines, the boyfriend actually, the 39-year-old dude that's I don't know if I still have it. Yeah, actually here it is. So we'll watch Tommy Sotomayor's version of what happened with Korryn Gaines, 39-year-old drug dealing, Section 8 living boyfriend. So we're just gonna briefly listen to Tommy's
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to TNN News Raw. I'm your host, Mr. Tommy Sotomayor. We got some breaking news, nigga. Some breaking news. In the case of the tragic mulatto, Mrs. Korryn Gaines, I'd like to
is just a
correct something I said in one of the other videos when I said the young
child,
boy was calling his
white,
mother by her first
white
name.
dad, white
That
mom.
isn't true. Her mother's boyfriend's name is Koran, Kareem, and it sounded the exact same when the little boy was saying it. So I thought he was talking about his mom, but doing a little research, the boy was talking about Kareem. Kareem is the mother's boyfriend. Kareem is a 39-year-old felon. That's him right there. This 39-year-old man was dating this 23-year-old girl. Nothing wrong with that. I like young girls, but damn self.
That's crazy.
But I don't like crazy young
like
girls.
A kid.
And I don't like using young girls. And Mr. Kareem Courtney was not only dating a woman who he knew was off, but this jackass decided to go into that house, take the child that was his, and run out of the window with it, while this woman...
So, Tommy says that Kareem was dating a 23-year-old girl who was off, and that was a bad thing to do. But he just said that he was willing to date a 23-year-old girl. I think Tommy and I are the same age. I'm not going to reveal my age, but for you to date someone that age, a 23-year-old child, to me is just absurd. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's too close to 18 to me, especially when you're somebody in our age range bracket, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, let me continue with this video.
Put her child by another man at risk. Kareem Courtney was in the apartment as the warrants were trying to be served. He jumped out. Now, let me give you a little bit about his background. The 39-year-old Randallstown faces 9 charges right now, including possession of a narcotic and intent to distribute, possession of a Schedule 1 narcotic, maintenance of a common nuisance, possession of paraphernalia, and 5 firearm charges. Now, the police said that the homicide detective...
To me personally, looking at this dude, it looks like he not only did distribute, but he probably was using those drugs too. I mean, just being honest.
Had found the heroin while they were in the apartment during the standoff. They had about 75 capsules of white substance, which was later determined to be heroin. Those bags were found in the kitchen, and they totaled 26.7 grams. Courtney, who was living at the apartment at the time with the woman in the Section 8 apartment, which he shouldn't have been there because you know how the Section 8 works. No.
He's true. That's true. That's very true. Being a property manager for 20 plus years in the Section 8 community, you cannot have a dude, and that's another topic that you have to discuss. They're catering to single moms, but you cannot have the father of your children staying there with you. If you do, more than likely, they're going to do a background check on him. They're going to do a background check on all the members of the household over 18, but they're going to do a background check on him, and then all of his information will be used. So him being a felon, she wouldn't be able to move into those apartments anyway. So that could be one of the reasons she didn't add him and just snuck him in the home. And when we do the leasing office knew he was there because when you do your yearly inspections, and sometimes it's every 6 months, we're gonna look for mail in clothing and all of that type of stuff. So, they knew he was living there, but they just didn't want to, you know, cause any more issues. Everybody has to pick and choose their battles. But anyway,
Man could live there. He was living there, and Courtney was wanted for second-degree assault, which he had beaten up Miss Gaines. The 39-year-old man beat up the young girl and had a bench warrant for him, and he also had several other traffic warrant violations, resisting arrest himself. Now, he wasn't able to have guns around him at all. They found several guns inside of the house. He remains being held on bail at the Baltimore County Detention Center. Now, let's talk about this a little bit. This goes to show you, because that Korryn Gaines is a pretty girl. Like, most dudes would be like, I'd like to have a girl like that on my side. But it also goes to show you that she was nuts. In the process of being nuts, no one stood up to this nutty-ass mulatto. But them dudes had no problem laying down with this nutty-ass mulatto, knocking this nutty-ass mulatto up, and using this nutty-ass mulatto. Now, I don't mind dating young girls, but the one thing I don't have is I have to live off of them. Black women, this is why black men are so perplexed about the things that you do. Because you'll date a nigga that's like this, that's a thug. The dude spent 8 years in jail on a murder charge. 8 years. Don't know how you get only 8 years in jail on murder. Excuse me, I'm sorry, it was attempted murder. He spent the time in jail, 8 years. And this girl still dated this man. So she dated this man pretty much knowing his background. Now, she's Miss Pro-Black. She's Miss the cops mistreat us. But she's a part of a drug selling ring. Have you noticed that a lot of these so-called pro-blacks think it's okay for blacks to sell drugs and poison to each other? I find that odd that you guys are having this woman stand up being, this is Miss Black America when she's not black. Number two, she's Mrs. Represent everything about a queen and a strong black woman who wouldn't bow down to the government. She was selling dope to her own damn people. She was dating a man who was selling dope to her own damn people. Now, I'm 40 years old, and this 39-year-old man look like he's been through hell and back.
that's
Yet he got
true.
to put his penis raw up in this beautiful young woman.
Yeah.
And this is the mistake that a lot of black women make, and it's wonder why, like, fucking one of them is like playing Russian roulette. I came up with this idea of show me the cat facts a long time ago.
This comes from a guy that does nothing but sleep with prostitutes, strippers, hookers, whatever you want to call it. Anyway.
How many of you guys have noticed that if you sleeping with a black chick and you a pretty good dude, you only 3 degrees of separation from a crackhead that's been in that pussy raw. I used to date this girl, and I'm sitting up there laying up with this girl. I'm in love with this girl, and she told me that her baby daddy was a crackhead. Literally, she said, "Oh yeah, he used to steal my purse and steal my money," and I was like, "What the fuck did I just do? Like, I just slept with you, and your baby's daddy's a crackhead." And you're telling me the story about how you stood beside him trying to get him through it, even though he cheated on you, so he got to dip his dick in other people and bring it back to you. And here I am being here. Black women's pussy resume is horrible. Somebody tell me I lied. Right now, you're in the comment section. Right now.
You lied.
Comment section. Tell me I lied. That you'll be with a black woman, she'll claim to be this upstanding black woman, and then tell you her baby daddy ain't shit. But you lay down with this dude. You let this dude come in your face, in your mouth, everywhere else you can think of. These so-called educated, smart, strong black women.
All right. He's going to go on his rant, excuse me, about his bad decision making. Excuse me. I have a little bit of a cold. He's going to go on his rant about his bad decision making when it came to him sleeping with certain women. And that little rant that he's doing can be applied to any woman, not necessarily just a black woman. But I'm going to get rid of that rant and go back to what I was talking about here and how Korryn Gaines got her, where she got her crazy from. And just looking at YouTube and going through going through all these different, videos or whatever, I was wondering where she got her crazy from. It came from somewhere. So I stumbled upon this video by Bully Talk, and I'm just gonna show you where Koran got her crazy from.
Accountable.
This is supposedly
One of the things that happened
Korryn Gaines'
during
dad.
that situation with Koran, your grandson was shot. Now, everybody has seen a video of him at the hospital. At this time, you are not able to see him. That is correct. Well, when my grandson was shot, he was shot during that visit. I was the first one to actually get to the hospital to check on his condition, right? And I was immediately told that.
Watch his mannerisms. Watch when you look over on this side of the screen by his arm, between the arm and the chair, there is a antiquated voicemail system on that table. Watch his mannerisms, how he blinks, but he doesn't blink like a normal person. So he's on some psychotropic. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right now, but I don't care right now. Medication. He is batshit crazy, and I wouldn't put it past him if he didn't have a life in prison. He has that prison mentality. So, just watch his mannerisms. Just watch the video, and you will realize. I didn't get a chance to watch it to the end, so we're gonna watch it to the end together. But we're just gonna realize where she got her crazy from.
The only ones that had access to him actually were, to the best of my understanding, was the ones that shot him. They the only ones that had real access to him. Nobody that could hug him and help a child like that. To let them know that everything is okay. I think that further traumatizes a child. You know what I'm saying? It's not seeing his family. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not me saying it. Obviously I didn't get an opportunity to coach him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. He didn't get an opportunity to coach his grandson as to what to say. Just like Koran got the chance to coach her son as to what to say. So when that standoff took place in the apartment and Koran was talking to her son, she had coached him before this took place, as well as when she was in the car with her child and she said, don't get out that seat, fight. She was getting a chance to coach her son. So that coaching technique, that came from her dad. That was his crazy that was transferred to her to make it now her crazy. So
this kid comfortably said that the police intentionally shot him, and he was already like, did you kill my mommy? You know what I'm saying? And where was he shot? Where was he shot? And to my understanding, he was helping videotape, and that part is already out there. As soon as I got there, they told me that he was shot in his elbow, as if he was holding a phone. He was shot in his elbow, and if you bullet fragments in his face. Some type of fragments was in his face, and the doctor was explaining to me that they was going to have to reconstruct his elbow. So he was hitting his elbow, and he had some type of fragments in his face, that of course, wasn't nothing that come from a Mossberg 12 gauge. Thank you. What would you like to see done? I would like to see real justice. I would like to see a system that's when black people is doing something, like they say, it's like a rewind the tape, right? When we do something on when we do something on camera, you steal this phone and walk out that door. You know what I'm saying? And you play that tape in front of a judge. That's theft. You know what I'm saying? When I accost somebody and I'm taking money out of their pocket and I'm unloading on them, that's
Okay. Excuse me. Tommy Sotomayor has the nerve to say that black men should not sleep with certain black women. What the fuck are we supposed to say about this dude right here? Black women should not sleep with certain black dudes. Or in her case, this was a white woman. I can't speak for her. I can't speak for black women. I can just speak for myself. No way in hell am I going to reproduce with this dude. I can see his crazy just on this video alone. So, oh my God. What does Tommy Sotomayor have to say about the black man's mentality? The black man's crazy. The black woman's truth. Anyway.
Murder. You know what I'm saying? Why is it that when a police does something, that's not what you really see it is? You know what I'm saying? Real quick is in reference to firearms, right? We gotta remember that Koran was in her own home, number one. Number two is...
Sorry, dude. She was not in her own home. She was renting a Section 8 property, which they have the right to go into that apartment whenever, within a 24-hour notice. They have access to that apartment. Firearms are not allowed in those homes. Firearms are not allowed on the property. She had a drug dealer boyfriend that was not allowed to be in that home. She had a property. She stayed in a property where drugs were not allowed. Felons were not allowed. There's a long list of shit going on. And especially when crimes are being committed in that apartment and people are being toted off to jail, domestic violence, there's a long list of things. So, yeah, that apartment is not hers. That belongs to the owners that are collecting a shitload of money on it, and the government that is supplying that property owner and those residents with a government subsidy. So we're going to say that was a government home.
That cop was not standing in that door because originally they were not there for... Right, exactly. So that cop was not standing in that door, you know what I'm saying? Because she was resisting an arrest. You know what I'm saying? The person that you have
Okay, let me stop and say this. I am not trying to go towards Korryn Gaines. I'm not. The police were wrong, very much so. They should have never opened that door over some pettiness that happened between Koran and a bench warrant or whatever. They should have never came to the door with guns. If they're serving a warrant, there's normally a sheriff and the property manager and maybe one other police officer when they're showing warrants. And they're never SWAT geared or whatever when showing a warrant. And it's nothing major. So obviously they did have some sort of issues with Koran. And maybe they knew this dude was, living there. I'm not sure, but the police were totally wrong, very much so, in what took place in this apartment. And him pointing the gun right into the apartment is crazy. So it may seem like it, and actually I had to catch myself. I don't want it to seem as if I'm on the side of the police officers. I'm not. In this point, I'm on the side of Koran's family, Koran's son. He should have never seen his mom shot. She should have never been shot. He shouldn't have went through this ordeal. And as far as the dad, the grandfather, saying that he was holding the camera, he was sitting so close to his mom, he could have got the shards or whatever you call it from the gun. I'm sorry, my mind is not on 100 today, because he was sitting, the gun fragments in his face, because he was sitting right next to Koran. So, yeah. Look at this crazy right here.
The arrest for the gentleman that you have the arrest for, you have him in custody. Now you standing in the door. You know what I'm saying? To orchestrate.
Tommy Sotomayor said that he jumped out the window with the baby. We're talking about Kareem. And then this dude right here, Kareem's dad, is saying that they were there for Kareem and he was already arrested. So that's going to be I'm going to have to investigate that or look into that on a different video. But
something.
No, it's going to do that.
That's going to ultimately end in us killing you.
Sorry.
Because she was resisting in arrest. In arrest. You know what I'm saying? The person that you have the arrest for, the gentleman that you have the arrest for, you have him in custody. Now you standing in the door. You know what I'm saying? To orchestrate something that led to death. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, we're the big bad wolf that get the design, this scenario that's going to ultimately end in us killing you. And we all know that. That's why it's footage. Because any real danger, she'd have been shot on the spot. And she wasn't. You saw that. You saw that she wasn't shot on the spot, So that was a scenario. And if you ask me, an illegal one.
Okay.
I'm so sorry for this.
Take your time. Start from the beginning.
Okay. So, the police kicked the door down, and then I was hiding in the closet, and then my mother carried them out, and then I was hiding in the closet, and then Korryn was hiding in the door. So Carson was hiding in the door. Was fourth. So my mother didn't want me to come out, so I come out, and then I had my camera. Because it's just home, because I left it, it's a toy gun. And then I was sitting next to my mother, and then we were sitting right there, and then the police didn't let us go to their homes. So Korryn was gone until he took caution. So
he tried to take you with him?
Huh?
He wanted you to go with him?
No, I want to stay with Mama.
No, but Korryn wanted you to go with him?
Yes.
What you say, no?
No, I was just staying there. And then I wanted to have a new phone because he coming to give me a new phone. Oh, look.
So what happened? You ain't finished telling me the story.
So we sneak in the bathroom, and then I came by. So my mother said back off, and then she did say back up. So the police said we is back up, and then they started shooting. And I went in the couch, and then the police just took me with her, and she died.
Oh, Jesus.
So they shot my sister?
Sad.
Yes.
And they shot you too?
Yes. Because they saw me run, and then they hurt my arm.
So they shot you on purpose?
Yes.
The end. So, I'm not going to go into any further videos. That is truly sad. Oh, wow. That's just crazy. So, researching that Korryn Gaines, it's just a sad situation. So, I'm going to stop this video here, and I hope you enjoy, those that do celebrate this holiday. Enjoy your Christmas, New Year's Eve, etc. Take care, my loves. This is Tori Bordeaux.